unbox some metal embellishments. I don't know about you, but I've got some random odds and ends that I would consider metal. And we are going to use a couple of these today. Hello, my name is Nikki and I'm with Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are playing with Iron Crafter, which has requested us to use metal, things that are made of metal that are not brads or eyelets. So you gotta kind of have to dig deep, and this is what we're using today. So the way I store these random embellishments is honestly in a random drawer. I bring my whole drawer over and then I pick out the elements I need. I do a lot of challenges like Iron Crafter where you're required to use certain elements on there. And today we are talking metal. So I was going through my embellishments trying to find some inspiration, like what kind of page could I use these on, or do I have a picture that talks about stars, a year of star, or something along those lines, or is there a traveling photo that I can use? Well, as I went through my items, I went ahead and picked these rulers. Now, I believe these rulers are from Tim Holtz. They're pretty cool. So, they're just black metal, and they have different measurements on them, so they're pretty neat. I think that's gotta be, I don't think that's a full inch, is it? Oh, it's actually a true inch as well. That's kind of cool. So I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about my son's latest haircut, because, you know, when you get a haircut, you get inches taken off. And in my son's case, he got too much taken off. But that's okay. Now the supplies I'm using is this. This is actually, I got from a crafty friend. I think it's maybe a napkin or wrapping paper or something. It's kind of glossy. So I don't think it's safe to put on my photos, but that's okay because one, I don't really care. Two, I'm gonna layer things underneath my photo, so it's not really touching this part. It may touch a little bit, but that's not a big deal. I'm also going to be using the Inkwell collection from 49 and Market and the Toast collection. I've seen some beautiful layouts where they've combined brown and blue, so I thought that's something I can do for sure. So I've got the 6x8 here, and I am just going to kind of layer them like that. So you can see the flowers, you can see the butterflies in each corner. And then this one that's white is in the middle. I did not like the white on the brown, so I went ahead and I buffered it with the blue here. And that's how I'm going to get my photos on this paper instead of this paper. So my photos are the after image where he has like 0 hair, and the before image where he has a ton of hair. So this is literally next day. So it has grown out since then, but still, you know, I'm a little mad about it. But anywho, okay, so as I'm going through my supplies and I'm like, okay, I need some metal, but I also have a case of these 49 and Market film strips, and I feel like if I'm going to use these, I gotta use them. So I think I have almost every single color in here. I even have some of the new Christmas colors. So I have plenty of colors to use, right? And this is from Michael's. I think it's like a 12 by 9 box. And it just fits them perfectly. I just keep them in their packaging, pull them out when I need them. I keep them in the packaging instead of outside the packaging because they're such small pieces sometimes. And that's why I do it. So this is the black from Gardenia, and it's going to land under the photo but on top of my white piece of cardstock here. And you can see I'm covering up these edges on purpose just because they look a little funky, and so I'm just going to add them. And then I'm going to rotate that, and this one is going to just kind of overlap it. Kind of like that. So it just overlaps a little bit. Notes the fact that I'm talking about an image, right? And it goes like something like this. Now I do want to do this in a way that I'm able to still see the butterflies across the page. Just because I want to. There's no other real reason than that, is I just want to be able to see them. And I want to be able to see the blue around my photos too. So when I adhere, I just have to be aware of where those are going. And then I'm going to bring some blue in with a little bit of a decorative edge here. Now this isn't quite 6 inches. I'm okay with that, not a big deal. And then I'm going to create a couple clusters. So first cluster is going to go down here, and I'm going to use one of those toast doilies, and it's going to kind of land right underneath my photo. And then I'm going to use my handy dandy ruler to guide me on how much I actually want of this photo showing. So it's going to go photo edge to photo edge, and that means doily is going to move over. And then I need some blue in this, so I'm going to kind of tuck this under here. It's going to kind of like this. And then I actually have a new tool for me. So I purchased these from Joann's, and I'll link them down below if I can find them. I think you can probably find these at Happy Planner. But essentially what this is, it's similar to the piece of plastic that I used previously with other layouts where I was able to stick my stickers. But it has kind of a matte finish and a glossy finish. On the matte finish side, your stickers don't stick. And so when I plan my pages instead of wax paper, I'm using these now because I've had a lot of success with it. Now, I don't really want to cover up this, but I might just move it down, and then what I'll have to do is pop these up on foam, which is absolutely fine. Not a big deal. And then I'm going to add a little bit of black. So I've got my browns, I've got my black, but I do want to add a little bit more, and I'm going to move this out so you can see more of the blue, and it kind of covers up that toast. So something along those lines down there. So that's that. And then I'm going to put a cluster up here. This one, the cluster base is going to be leaves. So I've got a leaf pointing down, a leaf pointing up, kind of like that. All underneath that pretty little edge there. And then I've got another sticker, and that's going to point to his head. And it's going to say bad cut right there. And this is an upside down Q or P or something because I ran out of D's. And that's okay. And of course, it's going to be shifted and that kind of thing so I can get all of it on there. But for the sake of showing you what I'm doing, that's what I'm going to do. And then I've got a little bit of a black that I want to add to this cluster as well. This is a little bit bigger, and I can just kind of tuck it right in there, right behind that. And that completes the blue. Oops, hang on. Almost. Here's the blue, the brown, and the black. So that's kind of what my clusters are turning out to be. My last cluster is going to go, I can't decide, should I do this side or this side? This side. It's going to go right here. And it's going to cover up that corner there. Actually, it's probably going to cover up more than just that. Hang on. It's going to cover up the corners here, just because some of these weird corners I don't like to show, so I just cover them up with my elements, right? And then I've got this piece here, and this is from one of the die cuts, and I thought that was kind of cute to add a little bit of touch of brown. I might even see if I can do it here so that it overlaps my photo but goes around the paper. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. And then I need some blue. So I have this piece here, and it's going to kind of overlap that. And then some darker blue, and that's going to go down here because I'm using a couple of stickers and a die cut to get this on here, a photo, and then a butterfly in the brown, and then the date. So I know it's kind of hard to see right now with this plastic because it makes it shiny on the camera probably. Also, things have shifted, right? So it's the nature of the game. Things are going to shift. So definitely check out the photos at the end of the video so you can see what it ended up turning out like. This is just a representation of where things are going to be. So anyway, don't forget to check anybody else out who's playing along with Iron Crafter. There'll be a list of people playing along down below. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.